It's Animu time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Figma 010 old stuff. It's the Ikkitousen Kanu Unchou, if I pronounce that correctly. I really just try to figure out how to pronounce that, so you know, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. So we have the god of martial arts herself. I can finish the trinity of Ikkitousen figures. By Figma, I already have Hakufu and Eye Patch Girl, which Ryumu, whatever. We got these two, and I finally got my hands on Kanu, so let's have a look. Definitely a very interesting mold, a lot more elaborate than I can remember, but the fan service is strong with this one. So let's have a look at the size real quick. She stands at about 13.5 centimeters to the top of her head. I'm not gonna count the one hair, and 40 inches. We got almost 5.5 inches tall. Well, 5'4", 5'3", around those lines. Overall look and detail of the figure, gonna have a look at the face. These Ikkitousen figures are really a lot more of a smaller scale. I mean, I got my Figma anime figures, and compared to everybody else, they're really a lot slimmer in the face sculpt and in the body sculpt in general. But yeah, the face sculpt is nice. You got the anime eyes, got the blue anime eyes, and the hair covering most of her face, which I really love. The hair deserves a mention by itself, because the way how it's molded, very nicely done, and I think there's some articulation in there. So you got these strains going down, and then you got the one long strain with the silver ring, or whatever I call that, to you know, to hold them together and give that just a better look. It's just like, it's nicely flowing, and you have the one hair that's sticking out over here, and hair going over her shoulders. For the rest of it, you got the Sado Academy uniform with the really short version. So her belly is exposed, and her boobs are sometimes also exposed, which there is an accessory for. So we got the red gloves for fighting stuff, and the blue in her skirt. It's all nicely painted. Let's see any slips. I mean, the white is kind of meh at some parts, just where it's connected really. It's kind of weirdly done, and this top is already coming apart. I guess it's the same problem as with the other ones. You have the feature where you can take this top off and put another one on, which is a cool feature, but they didn't make it super cleanly as far as connecting it. And it's pantsu time! We got just regular white pantsu, which again, you can also change up the skirt, but I mean, I'm spoiling so much, but the accessories are gonna be worth it, guys. We got the socks and the brown shoes. She has kind of large feet, generally looking, for the very slim body and the large feet. I think, was it like that in the anime? I'm not sure anymore. It's a long time ago. So for the articulation, I'm going to start off with the hair. We have this part which rotates around, and something disconnected, her front hair piece. That's really packed in actually. So let's get that back in there just for the rest of it. This doesn't move around, the one hair, and as we established, you have a ball hinge in the hair in the back. So you can bring that side to side, can rotate it around, can bring it forward like a little bit. You really gotta bring it in the right position, but you can play around with it, can do some crazy poses, crazy battle poses, which is appreciated. Then the front part of her hair is soft plastic, so the head goes forward nicely, doesn't really go back, and then this disconnects again. Let's just take that off. It's a ball hinge. It does tilt side to side, and it does not really go all the way around because of the nature of the hair. This is also soft plastic, by the way. There's a lot of soft plastic here, so you can move that up, down, and just get it out of the way a little bit. Got the double ball combination for the shoulders, so it rotates around, and you got the hinge in this big ball. This is soft plastic, her shoulder parts of the outfit, and it is soft plastic, and you can move it down a little bit so you get better range with your shoulders. And then we got the simple hinge in the elbow, we got the simple hinge in the fist that just packed in, and then we got rotation in the torso area, goes back, forth, does tilt side to side, and does go all the way around. I mean, I wouldn't force it, but it probably would. Then we got the entire skirt is soft plastic. With the pants under it is also soft plastic, but it's still kind of limited. I guess her thighs are pretty big. Goes forward, goes to the back. It doesn't go out to the side. Actually, it needed some loosening up, and you can also rotate it. At the ball joint, we got a simple hinge in the knee, and the foot goes forward, back. Not really because it's blocked by the socks, but it does tilt side to side very nicely. And due to the nature of a big feet, she actually stands very well. I got it to stand earlier. Don't really need a base, but also the long hair, but whatever. Of course I don't get it now. So for the accessories, I'm not gonna let you wait. I'm giving you what you're here for. You got the boobs with the ripped up shirt part. You can swap that with the regular one, and it does look very nice. It's nicely molded, and it has the under boob, and then you also have a ripped up skirt. For those of you who are wondering why would they do that, that was like one of the things of Ikkitousen. Every fight they have, their clothes get ripped up in places where you will see more boobs or pantsu without showing the nips. So there you go. Then we have the faces, the yelling face and the kind of angry green tea face. This one's just kind of weird. She looks kind of sleepy. Not a fan of that one. We got hands, fist hands, open hands, pointy fingers, open hands. No, these are the holding hands, never mind. Holding hands, open hands, and more open hands and pointy fingers. The fists are already on the figure. And then we have her dragon spear. I call it a spear. I know it's not a spear, but I'm sorry. I'm not up to date with my Japanese weaponry or Chinese. Is this Chinese or no? It's like a Guan Yu. She's modeled after Guan Yu. So anyway, but it has a nice little paint job. You take the pack off to slide it on her hand, and then you have this awesome weapon. And then you have the Figma base as usual. And this one's interesting. This one is to put on top of the pack over here. Now these days all the Figmas have like a see-through part like this, but this is the first time they're really doing this, I guess. This was like Figma, again, this was like Figma number 10, only the 10th Figma that was regularly released, so it was a sign of the future. So that's gonna bring me to the final thoughts for this figure. What do I think about it? I mean, it's an old Figma, so a couple of things I will be forgiving for is the thing that's not connecting away. It is an issue though, it's really annoying me. No matter what shirt part you're putting on, there will always be gaps, and I try to put it together and it's just not fitting so well. The spear looks very nice, the articulation is basic, and what they did with the base, it disconnected already. Okay, I had such a hard time connecting this, and now it's disconnecting already. Great. Nothing really fits. If I put this one on, it doesn't really fit. If I kind of squeeze this one on, it doesn't really fit, so that's great. Base doesn't fit, so that's now making me a little bit mad. But still, the figure is great, and my favorite part, believe it or not, is actually the hair. The way it's flowing and the way you kind of move it around makes for some really nice posing. Obviously you have this, you have the ripped up skirt, which I haven't put on because it's almost impossible to put that on like really with, I already had the problem with Hakufu, and the other day I did it, but it took me like a clean 15 to 20 minutes to kind of squeeze all that in, because you take the pantsu off and you kind of just have a small space to put that in there, and you have to put it apart, and really like with a small screwdriver push it in, and that's really a huge mission or whatever, time waster. But anyway, final thoughts. Yes, I do recommend this figure if you can still find it as a reasonable price, because that's always the thing. This is an old Figma. The articulation is just a little bit outdated. Well, most of it is still the same, but you just have the hinges in the hands. But anyway, like I'm saying, it's a good figure, but don't go out and pay outrageous prices, because some people will want you to pay outrageous price just because like, oh, this is old and it's hard to find. No, if you look at Ami pre-owned section, Mandarake, go there and you'll probably find one sooner or later. You just have to wait and be patient. So that's what I did, and I got this one for a good price. So there you go. Recommend it if you can find it at a good price, and that's gonna do it as usual, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Kanu wants.